Yeah, I mean, I guess, you said it like in wrestling, you're essentially you run away with a circus. So you're around the same people over and over and over again. Whereas you go and do a film, you might not see the person again, so it might be different. But I think honestly, if you're in that position, you are acting, and I mean, it wouldn't bother me either way. So it would just really depend on if the other person was uncomfortable with it, or had whatever feelings of not liking the idea of doing that with me. So for me, it doesn't really make a huge difference. It's kind of like more of a clinical thing. But I think too,
We
because not every wrestler comes to wrestling from a performance angle. Some wrestlers also come to it more from a athlete slash sport angle. So if you go into acting, you'll probably at some point have a romantic scene. You might have to kiss somebody. You might have to be physically active with that person. Whereas in wrestling, I mean, I guess there's some expectation that could happen, but it's also not the first thing on your mind. So I feel like maybe there's more people that would perhaps shy away from that. I don't know.
that brings up a point that I never thought of too. I'm not a good actor, but I've done some. But you can always read a script or when you get an audition and be like, oh, there's a makeout scene in here. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not doing it. But if you did that in WWE, would you be in violation of your contract?
I think in WWE they might ask you to do worse things than just kiss somebody.
I just wonder because there was a thing where Vince McMahon for a while was booking himself making out with various divas, including Sable. So that would be. Would you have been comfortable with that? You seem like you're very professional, but would you be like, wow, this guy's technically writing this stuff and he's booking himself making out with all these beautiful women?
I mean, I think that I probably would have looked at it like, I don't know that this is appropriate, for him to do that. Because I think if you're ahead of the company and you're booking yourself in those angles, it's very suspect. And I would say the same thing about films. I always see, little indie films where the producer director casts himself as the lead, even though they might not really be right for the lead, and then with whatever hot young love interest that they want to make out with, so it has that kind of same connotation that I feel like that takes away from being a professional and having the best interest of the entertainment that you're producing at heart. And I would question, honest, I mean, I would question Vince's motives for doing that, for booking himself in those angles, aside from that he really thought that was the very best idea for an entertaining show that you could come up with.